Well, hello, my friends. I was going to say howdy, but hello will suffice. I hope you're all good. It's been a couple of months, isn't it? It's been a minute. I'm back. I hope all is good, despite what's going on in the world. It's all gone a bit crazy. And as you can tell from the title, this reading is absolutely a result from what is happening. So, 3 piles to choose from. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Now they're all labradorite, but all different types of labradorite. Like, as you can see, they're just different shapes. But yeah, you've got pile 1, which is this one here. Pile 2. And I am aware I haven't told you what the question is, but I mean, you might have clicked on the title of this video, and there's the back of it. But I just wanted to show you like the piles first. See which one that you're drawn to. You can pause the video if you wish. And pile 3. So the question is, what is your role in this lifetime? Nice, simple, easy, light question. As usual. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. What is your role in this lifetime? Timestamps will be in the description box below, my friends. And I will see you at your reading. I can't wait. Bye. Pile 1, howdy and welcome to your reading. So this card I'm not going to read until the very end, so we're just going to leave that actually. We're just going to leave that to the side, just there, and then I'll turn it over at the very end. But this labradorite stone is, I think it's my favourite, because it was given to me by my sister-in-law, and it's just such a nice weight, and it's really nice. It's really nice. I don't know if it's my favourite actually. I have a few others. No, I have others. And I think another one's taken. But this is like my favourite big one. It's just so nice. There's something so nice about it. There's something so wholesome about it. But it isn't until you get up close that you can start to see the flecks of like kind of luminescence that occur within the stone. It is absolutely beautiful. So what I'm getting from this is that you may have been born into a lifetime that you might not have felt that there was much hope. You know, maybe you thought that there was things that you were going to be capable of initially, but then maybe it hasn't kind of come out or turned out the way that you thought it would be. So it's about you being able to handle those challenges. But what I'm getting here is that there's this like flash. There are these flashes of insight that you have that really make you who you are. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. It's so beautiful, this stone. This is the thing, like, you've got this like initial kind of thing where you think, okay, it's just a grey rock. And even the term grey rock is something that's used in association with detaching yourself away from something. And I feel that maybe you have flashes of insight, but there's a coping mechanism that's been kind of, you know, you kind of work with this coping mechanism where you try to disassociate so that you can kind of cope better. That's what I'm getting. I'm going to pop that there. Is that in frame? Yeah. Okay, right, so let's crack on with the beginning. Where do we start? Where do I want to start? I think I want to start with, this is clever. I've put the cards that I want to like start with at the top of the pile. Oh, no, the cards that I want to start with at the bottom of the pile. Anyway, you can tell I haven't done this for a while. So even in this, right, I'm just feeling like uncertainty. Is this really what I have to do? Is this really what's going on? I don't think you accept this role willingly, pile 1. In fact, you may think it's all a load of rubbish, to be honest. But you do get these flashes of insight. I don't know. It may be that you're psychic. It may be that you have some kind of talent. It may be just something that you know that really inspires you, and then you just think like, what is the... Like, I love it, but how is that going to work? How is that going to work? Okay. Wow. And we've got possibility here with the globe. And then we have 31. 31 equates to 4, the Emperor. You have got some kind of... Like, it's really important for you to get certain things out, I think. It's really important for you to voice your opinion, to be able to talk about what you do, to talk about how you feel about things. It's important for you to proclaim it. Because there's something on a worldwide scale that is going to happen. It's so interesting. This is a really interesting map. Can you see it's reversed? Like it's not straight. And lo and behold, what's in the center? This is so whatever is happening here in this part of the world right now, that it matters to you. It matters to you. It's changing you in some way. It may not be direct. Like it might not be like, yeah, it might not be direct, but it is definitely affecting you in some way. And your work and your role is something to do with that. It will come as a result of what's happening right now, or it will come as a result of how you feel about what's happening right now. Does that make sense? Let's keep going. Deep Spirit, thank you so much for allowing me to channel these messages for my collective. Thank you so much. But can I just have one card? Is that all right? Thanks. Thank you. See, if you ask nicely. Right, wow, self-mastery. Whoa, the spider, topaz. Oh my god, that's really cool. Sorry for the noise. You've also got like spider, which is in the Nazca plains, and topaz. Topaz is an exceptionally beautiful stone, which is usually connected to higher realms and also royalty. So I think that your level of you being able to be good at whatever this is, and you allowing yourself to be, because I think maybe you might think it's just a hobby, whatever it is. Or you might not think that you are as good as you think you are, whatever that you're choosing to do. And it could be like a series of things. Like, for example, I've been away, I've been looking at various different things of what I can do, because well, you don't know. But there are basically a few other projects that I have in mind, and those projects have apologies, my loves, for that little blip in transmission. Something fell. So I needed to go and have a look at what it was. I think with this card and also with this card, there's just an idea of you having some idea of what's going on that is not from this earthly kind of lifetime realm. I don't know, it just feels like it's extraterrestrial. This feels very, like particularly with this lady here, even though she's wearing this t-shirt and she looks human. Her hair just says to me something extraterrestrial. And, you know, this image of this spider is not, you know, the only way that they could see it is if they were from up high. So the whole kind of mythos or this story around the Nazca lines in Peru is just very... Sorry, it's not in Peru. It's, maybe it is. My geography is really rubbish. I'm sorry. But in Nazca, it's just... It's something that can only be viewed from quite a pulled out perspective. So there's something about you giving like a really grounded perspective to a situation that only you can give. And you get it from flashes of insight. And this is quite a weighty piece of labradorite. It's the heaviest, I think it's the heaviest like palm piece that I own. And that to me says that it's, your opinion carries weight in what you are doing, what your role is in this lifetime. So first of all, I'm going to have a look at what is your role and why? You know, I think, what is your role, why, and how are you to implement it? I think those are the three kind of aspects where we're going to look at. There's something also about you being able to channel information. Also, I took the liberty of looking up topaz, and that is about self-mastery. So as I said, like I really, not self-mastery, it is self-mastery, that's why topaz is there, but it's also to do with power, solar plexus. As I said before, it was the stone of royalty. It's also to do with joy, manifestation, abundance. And, you know, spider as an animal, or a creature in terms of spirit, is about, well, the thing that's coming to my mind is about timelines, how different timelines are woven. And in Toltec shamanism, we talk about the different stages and how you are able to, like, there's different stages of this thing called the dreaming pyramid. And one of the levels of the dreaming pyramid is the web, which basically is a web of all of the lives. Everybody's life is in that web. Everybody is in that web. Every place, thing, time, everything is in that web. And you can access it if you are able to access the web of, you know, this web. But you have to be careful that you don't meet the spider, because you don't want to meet, it's almost like that whole thing of, like, if you are implicated by seeing something that you're not supposed to, you know, you're not really meant to come into contact with the creator of your destiny in that way. Like, you can manipulate and you can, like, change, but if you meet that kind of body or that being, then that means that it's time to become one with it. That's what I understood in Toltec shamanism, but it kind of makes sense. Pretty interesting. I had a journey today with a falcon. Falcon appeared in my journey. So interesting how you have two birds of prey here. again, and also owl appeared in my journal. That's crazy. Anyway, so, and we've also got this particular flower. This flower is from the desert. It comes from a cactus. It only flowers at certain times. It's almost like that's why that flower is there, because of that opportunity. 8 of Wands, and we have a snake. Yes, that's for speed. Okay, I don't know why I kept on... I saw the 9 of Wands there, but that's good. Okay, that's great. The Fool reversed. 10 of Wands. I don't know why I just turned that over. Knight of Swords. Okay, so your role in this lifetime is to be able to discern what the truth is from what you can see. There is an ability for you to be able to see the truth, and it is a burden. You may have some kind of like psychic power or something that basically, unfortunately, seems to be putting quite a bit of responsibility onto what it is exactly that you're supposed to be doing. It may feel that it is too much. It may feel that it's something that you don't really want to have. They do say, like, when shamans kind of, or when people have great gifts of power, they kind of don't want it. They shy away from it because that isn't something that they want. They don't want the responsibility of it. And there's a little bit of this going on here. That's so interesting. I think with this card, and it reminds me of a fellow tarot reader that used to read for me. They always used to say that the Fool reversed is almost like going on a journey, but you actually know what's happening this time. Like, you're not going in there blind. I think that's how I would perceive this in this case. You are chasing the white rabbit, but because with intention, you know? Like, you know where the rabbit hole goes, and now you're intentionally going down there. And it's a burden. Really interesting how we have these fish going up the river, but it does look like as if you're going down a hole. You're going up some kind of thing, some channel, chasing a white rabbit. And the Ace of Pentacles, I don't know, this for me senses, like, I just get the sense it's a really rare opportunity. You know that it's not going to come often. Like, I have this cactus that blooms these types of flowers, and some years it won't do it. I really get so excited when it does it. Like, when I see the little nodules that tell me that it's going to, like, have a flower. And I'll be so lucky. I think, you know, it didn't bloom for years. I'm telling you, I've had this plant for ages, and it didn't bloom for years. And then, like, every summer when it gets warm, not every summer actually, it's like maybe the last couple of years, I think it's bloomed like 2 or 3 times, maybe even 4. But I swear I've had this thing for like quite a bit longer. So it's a rare opportunity that you're capitalising upon. Now, with the owl here, I'm thinking about how I would interpret this shamanically. Now, the owl is very, very, like, when we talk about shamanic stuff, we talk about it in a very like, it's about how you interpret it, not me. But something is asking me to interpret it for you in the way I would interpret it for myself, so I'll go ahead. Now, we've got 2 symbols here. We have the 5 of Pentacles. We have this pentagram here, which would mean the forces on earth: air, earth, fire, water, and also ether. That's what the symbol of the pentagram represents. And then we have this owl. Now, the owl is the guardian of the night. It is the eagle of the night. And it is a stealth bird, so it's designed to travel discreetly. But what's really interesting is that I just realised that is the queen of the night. That's what this flower is called. It's called the queen of the night. So it is actually only blooming at night. But what's really interesting is, we do have, I think we've got fireflies here as well. So there is definitely like a nighttime theme here. So this is about a covert operation. A covert operation for you to be able to capitalize upon certain things by your knowledge that you've gained in this lifetime. Now, I don't know whether or not you're going to do this on the internet or whether or not you're going to be traveling. I think it might be a bit of both, to be honest. 8 of Wands definitely indicates that in terms of travel. Knight of Swords reversed. What's interesting is that, so interesting. Sorry, I haven't read for such a long time, and for those of you who do know my readings, I always resonate with pile 1, and this is just like, it's crazy. But if I ever do read for myself, I detach, so I'm not putting myself into the reading, but I will use myself as an example so that I can help tell you about what the reading means, and if it resonates, it resonates. But essentially, like, the Knight of Swords would be a direct kind of attack, so to speak, or a direct, forthcoming thing where you would be actively putting yourself out there in a communicative way. So, for example, like you say, like what I was saying about maybe you'll do something on the internet. If you're posting actively on social media or doing something about what you're up to, that would be the Knight of Swords upright, the right way up. Reversed, it means that you are a bit incognito about what you're doing. And what's really interesting is that we have a fish, we have a pike leaping out the water. I think that's a pike. But then this way it's going down like that, and the sword is up. So it means that you might be actually functioning in a way that kind of is incognito or doesn't show your what you're really doing completely. What do I mean by that? That means that whatever you're doing actually is being the sword of truth, but you're doing it anonymously. That's the word I'm looking for. And the 8 of Wands, you're doing this in a way that's really kind of fast. Wow. You're taking advantage of something. What's going on right now is a very good opportunity for you. Very good. It's a way of you being able to really put yourself out there in respect to who you are. This is such an interesting reading. Let's clarify these cards. Excuse me. So this is what I'm thinking, like some of you may be like evolving as like healers, seers. You may be able to transform some way of working or something. There's some way that you can capitalize in this time and with what's happening right now. I know it sounds so abstract, but the ones this reading does resonate with, it will resonate. You'll know what I'm talking about. And if it does, then that means that, yeah, this is definitely your role. If it doesn't, go check out another reading. Or, yeah. Just one. Okay, we've got the Three of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Five of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, clarifying the Ace of Pentacles reversed. That's messed up. Wheel of Fortune. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. Excuse me. This was an opportunity that you may have turned your nose up previously. You may have thought that this was not something that you could do. And also, this is about other people's inability to be able to look at something and acknowledge something, and you are also capitalizing on that. When I say the word capitalizing, I'm not meaning it in a derogatory or negative sense. I mean that you are showing ignorance, or you are showing others ignorance. That's a brave thing to do. That people have an opportunity to be able to go further and they choose not to. And not only do you go further, or you have been going further, but you also show how wrong it is that people don't go further. I hope you understand that. Five of Swords reversed, not admitting defeat. I mean, this is an amazing card actually, because these salmon are going uphill. And even though the Ten of Wands usually is quite like a laborious card, the thing is that the idea of these pink salmon going upstream is to be able to mate. It's the reason why they do it, because it's about this whole idea of survival of the fittest. This Five of Swords reversed is about, you know, not admitting defeat. So this is not a path that is for everyone. And the path is designed to wheedle out the people who can't deal with what the role requires. So yeah, it's hard. The Ace of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles reversed. You may have believed that your opportunity was previous, but it's almost like, and this sounds so cheesy, but it's true, that this is the reason why nothing else worked. Because it's about this time. And the Knight of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune, the timing is so right. Like, this is just telling me, like, everything is correct. Destiny is on your side for this. It really is. And you are meant to do this alone. People are not going to like it. Like, they're not going to, not that they're not going to like it, it's going to wheedle out everything in your life if you decide to take this chance in stepping forward into this work. I'm laughing because I'm saying this to myself, and it's blowing my mind. So, by the way, just to let you know, all this time, I've done several readings that I've recorded and I have not uploaded them. Don't ask me why, I don't know. I've just said other stuff that's been going on. This table that you see in front of you has been used for other purposes. I've been making loads of different things on here. Card reading is not really one of them. I haven't been doing card readings, but we're back. So it's just really interesting. But all of them have involved me being solitary. I can't work with people on these projects. It has to be just me. It's not about me capitalizing and being able to maximize my profits, you know. It doesn't work that way. I work in creating like small boutique items and things, readings. I can't mass produce readings. Some can, but not me. And I made a promise to myself that I was going to only really work on recommendation, and it's happening. So I don't even advertise anymore because I don't want to advertise anymore. I want people to come to me if they want the information. Same with this channel. If you like this reading, then you could subscribe and all the rest of it. But I know that I don't get like the thousands and thousands of followers and subscribers that, you know, some of the other channels get. And that's partly why I stopped. But now I know that this is why I need to continue going. I got a message today to tell me that I needed to continue going. Otherwise this channel would get demonetized. And that's why I decided to do this reading. And then I thought to myself, you know what, I'm really going to give my followers something really nice and start again for them, because that's what this is about now. It's about you guys. It's about me being able to see whether or not these stories that I can tell you help you. And this is, if you're in the same space where things haven't worked out, you've tried different avenues and it just hasn't worked out, it's because the thing that you're doing right now is the thing. So I'll disclose a little bit to you. The other piles are not going to get this disclosure because they're just not. My readings are quite organic. So I found my purpose over this time that I've been away. And my purpose, I don't think it involves certain things that I've been doing. Tarot seems to be there. Shamanism seems to still be there. I'm still getting requests to do work. But it's not something that I will be actively promoting, and I don't see myself as a shamanic practitioner anymore, which is something that I thought I would be doing. So, but there is something else. And maybe in due course I might talk about it. But it's just in the beginnings. So I will disclose that as time goes on. But I feel completely right about it. I feel like this is it. This is the thing. And it includes everything I do already. It's just in a different way, a different format. And this reading is confirming that this is the right thing. And it's a singular thing. So if there's something that sounds like that to you, and that's happening, particularly with this, that it's working on a worldwide, like kind of to a worldwide audience, then this is your role. Whatever it is. You know, I don't. But it is about you giving some kind of service to this world where others have turned their nose up at it, or they've decided that it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's continue. We've got 2 more cards, and then we have your final card. 3 more cards, actually. Oh, look at that. I am brand new, and teenager me, and childhood me, and baby me, and source. That is gorgeous. Oh, I just love it when spirit just works in this stunning way that just tells me everything you're doing is right, Reena. Why didn't you listen to me, you twit? It's not that harsh. I'm way harsher on myself than spirit is. It doesn't speak to me like that. It tells me, why didn't you listen to me, my darling? I'm way harsher. Are you hard on yourself? I'm always so hard on myself. I am brand new. Okay, this is some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy for you, pile 1. Just one, man. Just one card. I don't know why Spirit gives me these bouts of like energy to do readings. It's always like late at night. I'm just like, oh man, I just want to go to bed, man. Do you know what I mean? By the way, if some of you want to know about what I'm doing, tell me in the comments. And then I might share it with you. But also tell me what you're doing in the comments as well. Okay, right, this is a bit more. This is a bit much. Yeah, tell me what you're doing in the comments. Tell me about like what you've got planned. Or what it is. Like you might not even have to tell me. You can just like kind of hint at it. Because I'm really excited. We've got like game changers in this pile, man. I'm so excited. We're going to rule the world. Right, okay. Oof. And look at that diligence and the albatross. That is mad. That is an albatross, isn't it? But why is it over land? That's crazy. But it's interesting how it's over land, and then you've got this kind of like thing. You've got the world. You've also got this kind of like view. That's a big ass bird, man, because like it's flying that high, and look at the shadow. One of my power animals is condor. Or actually, it's not a power animal. It's more like a guardian spirit. It's more like a guide when I do certain work. And it's the biggest bird. It's one actually. I don't know if it's bigger than the albatross, but albatross is pretty big. You need to make assertive choices about what you put your attention to, because your attention is exceptionally powerful. You have to be diligent in your choices. Okay, so that's a pretty serious card. Usually that deck is quite light and fluffy, but that's a serious message. And the thing is that, right, I think it's because your actions really matter because of the impact that you're going to have. If you're not doing it already, if your impact is not having that, you know, if it's not doing that already. Okay, penultimate card. Every day I find moments where I can cultivate self-acceptance. I'll come back to this story of like how when shamans get initiated, they most of the time they can't accept it. I mean, I'm telling you, I didn't want to accept it. Okay, this is the perfect time where I would tell you about what I've been working on. Well, what I've been working on basically talks about how I didn't want to accept this path. And you've got another card. Jumping is scary, but staying frozen is scarier. I'm just going to put that there. No, actually, I'm going to put that there with that one. So yeah, I talk about it. Well, I'm not going to talk about it now. There is a space that I'm talking about those things, but it isn't directly about that. But it tells you more about that. Anyway, I'm babbling, and I will tell you in time. I'm not going to tell you now. But here's your last card, pile 1. Cancer. What does it say? It says, what would you do if for those you care for? Wow. What would you do for those you care for? That's a big one, man. What would you do for those you care for? Cancers are pretty intense signs, you know. Just saying. Pile 1, what a reading. I told you I'd love it. I hope you liked it as much as I did. If you enjoyed it, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. If you're attracted to any of the other piles, go and take a look. They should be pretty good too. You have a wonderful morning, evening, night or day, whenever you're choosing to watch this. Thank you so much for being with me. Sending you big love, big love and big hugs. Thank you again for all of your support, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh yeah, and remember, honesty is always key. Bye. Pile 2, hello and welcome to your reading. So you chose this beautiful. This was Pile 1's reading, sorry. That was there. That's where your stone is going to go now. Okay, so this one is... I'm feeling the same thing with this, you know, that I did for pile 1, except it's a very different kind of vibe. So with like, well, it's the same stone, but it's different. I remember when I got this stone, and I've said this like loads about when this stone when I've got it, is that I really didn't like this stone, but something drew me to it, and the reason why I bought it was because of this purple flash. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, and it was the only stone out of all of the pieces that had that purple flash, and I didn't like the shape of it. I didn't like it, but it was what I got. So this is saying to me something about working with the hand that you were dealt. You don't like it, but you're gonna deal with it. You're gonna work with it. I will keep this over here, and then we will talk about that later. So with your first card, I'm going to pop that here as well. Just there we go. So that's there where the other one was. Yeah, that was the first deck. So let me have a look. So what's your role in this lifetime? As always, pile 1 is a banger. I'm sure this one will not disappoint. Bees. Community. Okay. So this is about you creating a community, pile 2. 3 + 7 = 10. You are creating a community of people, or a community that hasn't been there before. We have inner wisdom, and then we also have Mother Gaia and Goethite and number 17. Interesting. Okay, let's start with your tarot. Pile 2's role in this lifetime. I love that this signifies, like, I mean, what I'm getting is like little coffee shops. You might own a little coffee shop where you basically help put on poetry evenings, you help people buy things, you help people, not buy things, sorry, you help people, you help hold events and stuff like that in the community. You might do stuff like that. It's really interesting because the only card that's come up is the 9 of Wands. So it might be that you reach out to people that aren't usually able to like kind of come together. And that's what I'm getting from that blood moon, that red moon. We've got the 4 of Wands, and we've also got the King of Cups. 10 of Wands reversed and the Knight of Cups reversed. Interesting. The scenario that's coming to mind is like, I knew someone that basically helped people that had been in prison, so they weren't able to get any work like anywhere else, like actually like gainful employment within like standard jobs, because you'd have a criminal record. So I'm not saying that that's something that you do, but it just reminds me of that kind of scenario of you being able to create a space that would hold people that would not normally be acceptable, or feel really, they're really difficult spaces. So they might be even like fostering. You may foster children or teenagers or young adults. You may work in the community in that sort of thing. And your role is to take people who don't have that sense of harmony. You have got so much love to give, Paltu. Jesus Christ. You are a king. Doesn't matter if you're a woman. You are so stable in your emotional energy. It is beyond belief. I really admire the King of Cups. I love the King of Cups. My ideal man is the King of Cups. Because that is the person who is in charge of their emotions so well, in an element where you just wouldn't think something would be that great. And it's interesting we have the killer whale here. We don't have the blue whale. We have a killer whale. And they are predators. They're not just like, oh yeah, we're just going to eat some krill. They are predators. They get what they want. They're ambitious. So there's something here about you being able to carry that through, as well as being able to manage emotions and the rough of the sea, Ten of Wands, you have no time for anything that will get in your way. No time for it. And I would say it's because you suffered some kind of like thing in your own life in terms of like how you weren't able to get emotion. There may have been a point where like, you had an absent father or something. Maybe men in your life weren't really that great. As I said, this reading is for both men and women. It's not like, so it can be applied to both sexes. But this is something about you being able to form a community with people that are really quite hard to form community with. That's ambitious, just like the killer whale. Eh? So, you have a real low tolerance for bullshit. You really do. Because you don't have time for ceremony or any kind of like favor in terms of like, you're just not going to take any bullshit. You're down for reality and what works, and that's it. Wow. The Four of Wands, right, is always perceived as this like joyful card. Don't get me wrong, it is. But you know what's more joyful? The Sun. Wands are not very stable. The Sun is the only life force, is the main life, is the thing that gives us life in this whole universe. So you work from a space of integrity. You don't work from bullshit, because you know that a house of sticks can fall. You work from pure joy and integrity and love, innocence, purity. essence. It's fucking beautiful. Six of Wands. Interesting, we've got Queen of Wands as well here. Look at that. Perfect marriage. I don't mean the marriage in like a sense of, I mean, you could have a partner that really supports you and that really helps you as well, but you have got like a passion to help people, a passion to like really do this work. You may do charity as well. You are so good at it, pile 2. So good. Oh God, this reading is filling me with joy. Ten of Wands in the world. You want to be the change in the world because you know that things aren't definite. You know that the world keeps turning. You don't let things get to you because you know the world keeps turning. You know that nothing is fixed. That's the word I was looking for. And you're used to dealing with fucked up people. Everybody's fucked up, okay? But you're used to dealing with people that are human. Are built by the language of their trauma. And react in that way. You understand it. You recognize it. I don't know if you understand it. You recognize it. It's like, for me, this is like some kind of social worker or something. This feels like someone who has a passion for working with people that are in need. Like homeless or like... It's not people with difficulty. It could be people with like learning difficulties, but I don't see that. I see somebody who is helping someone that is built by their circumstances. So as I said, like foster kids or, you know, people that are in need of help. And I don't know, there's something here as well that really says that you know that, as well as you know that small wins are a good thing, you know that it's so much more than that, and it can't, like a castle cannot be built on the sand, as my dad used to say. It's about you building a solid foundation, and the Six of Wands is not a solid foundation. You know that people have been, it could be even to do with drugs, that people, you could like be a drugs counsellor or something, or maybe a recovering addict or something, that wants to help educate other people, because this is like, it's a success, but I never see the Six of Wands as like lasting success. It's just about ego and about how everyone sees you. It's not about true success. The sun is true success. You don't want people to head to that. You want people to head to that. Even the colours are brighter on that. Do you know what I mean? Can you see that on there? Can you see that? It's beautiful. Beautiful, part 2. That's your purpose. That's your right. That's your role in this lifetime. Interesting. And how you know that's what you want exactly. And how you know that's what you want exactly. Interesting. And how you know that's what you want exactly. What the fuck is that card, man? I've never got this card before. I might have to look in the book. Listen, yeah, the guy that does this deck, his name is Raymond Razor. I think that's his name. Is it? And sometimes I get the cards, but I mean, sometimes I don't. Raymond Nazer. God, sorry, Raymond. Forgive me. Oh, shit. And like none of the... There's no page numbers or anything. I'm just going to have to like go through the book. Okay. Your childhood dreams may be the dreams of a child. May just be the dreams of a child. Don't let what you once wanted get in the way of what you may actually want now. Erase all past desires and tune into that what it is that you're actually seeking in the moment. Ah, okay. In the moment. That's really interesting. Sugar, okay. That's mad, that card. Okay, so the way I interpret that card is that you need to... What you may have thought that... Okay, how do I word this? This is not about healing yourself through the work that you do. Does that make sense? So, for example, I mean, God, it's like pot calling kettle black, to be honest, but like in my work, I heal myself and then I transfer that knowledge to other people. But I don't use the work to heal me. Does that make sense? So even though I did this tarot reading in the first and group 1 totally I resonated with, but then I didn't heal myself through the reading. Does that make sense? So some people use their work to kind of like heal themselves. This is saying, don't do that. And also if it's like a childhood dream of you wanting to do some kind of work, that's all well and good, but remember that that's not enough to want to do it. Does that make sense? So, I mean, in this context of what I was just saying, in terms of like self and how you are this kind of person that's helping others, are you helping others because of your ego? Or are you helping others because you really want to help people? That's what I'm getting by that card. Because it could be ego. Excuse me. And a big yawn there. And it is late at night, but still. Okay. Let's have a look. We have 3 more cards and then we will close out this reading. Okay, I'll take the 2. So we've got the same diligence and courage. And diligence came out of pile 1 as well. And we have courage as well. Oh God, such a beautiful card. They're up high in the clouds as well. That's crazy. You have to make sure that you have a high perspective on this work and what you're doing. Because your high perspective will be able to give you clarity in terms of judgment and also in terms of distance. You cannot be like inside this sort of stuff. You have to be mindful of your position. You have to be mindful of how you influence, so your position matters. And next card is, I am more powerful than I imagine. This is such a cool card. Look at that card, man. It's fucking insane. This deck is wicked. Anyway. There we are. And your last card is going to be a question. So by the way, we've got number 8, number 17. Number 17 equates to the Tower. So you might be thinking, what the fuck is she talking about? It could also be that, you know, you are not ready to do this sort of thing, but maybe you've always thought about this sort of thing and then now this is a confirmation. Yeah. This is about you doing this work, going forward, setting up this space, doing this thing. I don't know whether it's your own practice or whether or not it's a cafe or it's like a building. Like, it just reminds me of a friend of mine she's super interested in building a business, and she had no idea how to do it, and then she just literally got thrown together with someone. Well, not thrown together, but she finally just brainstormed the idea with just her boss at work, and her boss at work has opened several businesses and now can like give her an opportunity to be able to do this work. This is what this reading reminds me of. So you've got to go for it. You might have strong Cancer aspects here. I don't know. This is very Cancerian. I'm getting a strong Cancerian vibe. And I didn't do the star signs for the other one, so I'm not going to do it for this one. But anyway, this is a card that has a question, and I'm just going to ask it to you. Bootes. I think it's Bootes. Wow. What if everything isn't always fair? Wow, that's an interesting question. That has definitely kind of been with this, it's not a fair thing. But I don't know why I feel this way, but it's your speciality. You can deal with this. You can show other people how to deal with it. Let me have a look at what goethite is. What's the spiritual meaning of that stone? I would normally look it up in a book, but let's have a look. Goethite. Connected to Mother Earth. Used to process grief, trauma, and emotional pain. It looks very much like a piece of petrified wood. So yeah. But pile 2, I think that's pretty clear. I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. Thank you for being with me in my absence. There's been a lot going on. I explained more to pile 1. If you're feeling like you want to be entertained, it's in pile 1's reading. But otherwise, my darlings, have a wonderful morning, evening, night or day whenever you're choosing to watch this. Thank you again for being here. I really love you and appreciate you. And let me know about this reading. Let me know if it resonated. Otherwise, remember, honesty is always key. Bye. Hello, my wonderful pile 3s, and welcome to your reading. So, what's your role in this lifetime, eh? Now, this is my least favourite labradorite stone. I love all of my labradorite stones. I love them all. I have many because it's my favourite stone. But the reason why this is my least favourite is because of this particular thing here. Can you see there's this there's this space, and this was given to me as a gift by someone questionable. So, but I love it though. And that the stone doesn't have the energy of that. It's my least favourite, but I still love it. And I think that's probably why I really like it, because it's like, the one that's got that weird kind of thing with it. What this says to me is there's something that you are discarding which is actually really valuable. There's something that you're thinking is not worth it, and it actually is the very thing that you need to be looking at, that you need to be valuing. I'm going to stick that there to the side for now, and I'll open it at the end. I'll just pop this little guy over here. Okay. So let's start with this card first. Medical staff healing. Wow. Pile threes. Similar theme to the others. You may not want to do what you're doing. Your role in this lifetime may be something that you do not want to be doing. You quite literally could be somebody who works in the medical profession and you don't want to be doing it. 13 is the death card. It's also 1 + 4. 1 + 3 equals the Emperor. 13 though, death. So there's transformation. So you are in the space of consistently transforming. Now you might not be even a medical practitioner, but you might be somebody who is involved in the realms of healing. So you could do spiritual healing in some formal sense. Could be a psychologist, could be a therapist, something along those lines. Autumn. Wow. Beauty, you delight. Okay, wow. Sorry. That was a big one. Is autumn your favourite? Season? It's my favourite season. I love that time when things are like transitioning to dying, transitioning to sleeping, transitioning to being quiet, but there's still the joy and the love and laughter and the beauty of summer. Something about the tragedy that is beautiful. That's fucking interesting. Let's have a look at this. And 3 is the number of the Empress. I'm getting really tired. Wow, that's the same card that came up for pile 1. In the same space as well. You know, when cards fall down, I like quickly try to catch them, but I really should not do that because I end up damaging cards because I might fold them in half. I did that with one of my favourite decks and oh my god, I was devastated. Like this really obscure rare deck and I bent one of the cards in half and I just thought I was going to die. Anyway, well, that's really funny because the Queen of Cups is a bit of a drama queen, you know. You do worry yourself a bit, don't you? I wouldn't be surprised if you like suffer from some kind of like acute anxiety or something. Four of Swords, 8 of Swords, 3 of Swords. There's a bit of self-torture going on here, pile 3, man. I'm not gonna lie, a bit woe is me kind of vibe. But what's your role? I think some of you might be psychologists. It's interesting how I said that initially. I think you might be. Whereas like pile 2 are people that would actually like be more kind of social workers. You guys are more kind of therapists. Like they do it on a more community based level where they'd be like, you know, managing a whole load of people. Whereas you guys, I don't know, you might deal with like it's the same thing as I saw with them, but I don't know, yours is a more acute level. As I said, psychologist. You see people on a more one-to-one level, whereas Pile 2 was seen like it was about community, it was about working within the community. But you are more kind of, you work one-to-one. You might even be coaches, actually. You might even coach people in relationships. You might be some kind of therapist, counsellor, like relationship therapist, grief counsellor. So lots of stuff to do with the mind, but it's also triggered by, it possibly could be triggered by addictions. I'm seeing addictions again, but it's also addictions to emotions as well. And this comes from personal experience. Very similar to Pile 1, but just different content, just different type of story. And whereas they may be like, as I said, like they might be people that work. So they emphasize on community, whereas you emphasize on self and the mind. This is more about mindset. You're more about the mind and about how the mind can be your own worst enemy. You help people to see how they're fucking themselves up. Basically. You help people who are in deep grieving, deep states of pain. Deep states of pain. You could be like grief counsellors or something like that. Possibly, I wouldn't say that you're doulars or like people that help in, maybe you do help in palliative care, maybe, because it's 13 here. So you might work in a hospice or something like that. And autumn is all about that. It's all about that transition. You may be some kind of psychopomp in some way. Strength. King of Swords. Page of Pentacles. Eight of Wands. Yeah, I think you're like kind of grief counselors or something. Or Queen of Pentacles reversed. Wow. So the majority of people that you deal with don't have very good relationships with their mothers. Or there's some kind of like wayward females in their kind of, maybe it's sisters, mothers, social care, whatever it is. The system's failed them in some kind of respect, and you deal with that. You deal with people that just cannot go on. You might deal with very deep depressive states. That's why I think you're more of a one-to-one counsellor, or like you might even work for the Samaritans or something like that, you know, dealing with people who are suicidal. Queen of Cups, King of Swords, you're very, very clear cut. You don't take any bullshit, but you do it with a sense of compassion. That's why you're really good at this, because you can, you know, I used to work in a psychiatric unit, and I worked as a cleaner. This was about 25 years ago. And my family, I was at university studying, I was at drama school. And my mum always said to me, like, why don't you, or like people at work, they said to me, like, why don't you go on and be a nursing assistant? You'll get more money. And I said I didn't want to, because if I did that, I would get too attached to the patients. And people who didn't, and they could create like a boundary between themselves and the patients, made great nurses. That's what the King of Swords is. That's what you are. And this Queen of Cups, There's people that are pretty fucked, and you can handle them. You can help them in a way that maybe some others can't. So, like, for example, I get too emotionally involved. I'd be so upset seeing how certain people were going when I was working there. It would really upset me. Like, I'd see people come into the building, and then weeks later when I'd come back, or I'd be working on that particular ward, they'd be like zombies. There was one lady in particular, she came in, she was so full of life when she came in, and then when she was there for weeks, she just wasn't the same. She was like a zombie. It was really heartbreaking. So you need a certain level of resilience to be able to like work in those kind of environments, and you have that. Not to say that the system's correct, it's fucking devastating, but still. You also have the Page of Pentacles reversed with the Four of Swords. You kind of help people that have been given up on. You've got an ability to be able to help people in those spaces. People who have not taken them seriously, not given them the time. You give them the time. And you also endeavour to understand their pain. Oh God, this is so beautiful. God, this entire reading is really remarkable. Like the whole three of them. You're all just amazing, all of you. Amazing people that I have the honour of reading for. I really hope I upload this reading. I have to. I've got a confession to make. YouTube got in contact with me and told me that if I don't continue to make videos, I will be demonetized. So that was the kick up my ass. I thought, shit, I've been thinking about making a reading, but I didn't do it. And I've recorded quite a few and I haven't done it. And then as I've gotten into this reading, I've realised how much I love reading for you. So thank you for letting me read your energy. So I've got some other cards. I love this. It will never be perfect, so I'll leave it blank and let the earth slowly consume me. Just do it. Just do it. Don't be scared. There are so many fuck ups out there. Just be you. Just do what you're supposed to do. Just do what you know you're good at. Healing chaos. Oh my God, look at that. Pile 3. This is the affirmation for you to do this work because only you can do it. People need your healing. They need you so bad, so bad. Okay. When things feel hard, I'm gentle with myself and I prioritize self-care and nourishment. That's what you help people to do. And you got 2 of these cards. Everybody else just got 1. I engage with others in ways that honour and respect them. Look at that. Oh my God, you are born to do this. In the words of Craig David. By the way, the stone Liudolite is about the amalgamation of 2 types of stones coming together. So it's about how 2 things that normally wouldn't come together, they actually work very beautifully together and they complement each other and they really root each other. They help each other to remain stable. So by you doing this work, it stabilizes you just as much as it stabilizes them. And your last card, which is a question for you, pile 3. Canis Major. Great, is it? Oh, the great dog. Okay. What if you released... What does that say? What if you released your plans? This is about the expectations that we have of ourselves. Get rid of them, put them in the bin. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you think, just do. Pile 3, wow. Yours is the shortest out of all the readings, but it's pretty clear. And if you want some information about what I'm up to at the moment, watch pile 1 just for entertainment value, because I disclosed there. That's why it's 40 minutes long. But I'll be back with more readings, I promise. Tell me what you thought. And if this resonated, I'd really appreciate your feedback on this one, so that I can just get into the swing of things again and tell you more about what I've been up to, because it is pretty mad. Anyway, you have a wonderful evening, morning, day or night, whenever you're choosing to watch this. I love you so, so much, all of you. Take care, and remember that honesty is always key.